one of the key elements of the scriptures is that God has a promise and God fulfills that promise. That is never more evident than the promise of Christ coming and Christ actually being here and then dying on the cross for our sins. Now, God has made many promises throughout the entirety of the Bible and throughout the entirety of history. I have lost sight of that over the last couple weeks, and maybe you have too. I have let fear creep into my life. And one of the ways that I've been really working on worship is through music recently. And one of the lyrics says, "Fear is a liar." I want you to know that that is true. Fear is a liar because it's going to mar you in despair. It's going to bring you down to the desperation and the depression that comes with it. Now, fear is something that is not of God. God says, do not fear. God says, do not give in to the enemy and all of those thoughts. But how do we do that when we have lost our job? How do we do that when possibly you may be trying to figure out bills and how to pay bills? Or what's the next thing? Well, look to God. What does God say? I promise, and the fulfillment of that promise. Now, He has a promise for you as well, that He's going to keep you, that He is going to protect you, and that ultimately does not always look like the way that we think it's going to, but know that God has a promise for you, God has a plan for you, and God is fulfilling that plan through Jesus Christ in your life. So, what that also means is that, yes, these little day-to-day things that we fear, yes, they are things to actually have some fear over, but we don't need to fear because we have a powerful God, and that's why we also have community. God placed community around us. So whether it's bills, whether it is just needing help to get through the day because of things that are going on, well, you have community around you at all times. And that is the power of why community is so important. That's the power of why God has placed it in your life. And feel free to reach out to many different people, whether it's part of the pastoral staff, the elder team, or many others at church. And we would be happy to be with you, pray over you, and ultimately help you through this time. And remember, fear is a liar. Go now in the peace knowing that.